Number 1. Communication is one of the major keys to a lasting relationship. The most vital thing to know in keeping a relationship is communication. This cannot be overemphasized. Over time, we have heard of the common saying, communication is key. The statement holds water especially in the sustenance of relationships in this modern age, where social media applications have simplified communication, which has proven to be one of the most important aspects to having a healthy relationship. So that if you are an introvert or someone that is not good with communication, it would become a lesson that you must learn in order to sustain the relationship. When starting a new relationship, it is important to be able to talk about what you both want and expect. Sometimes this means being honest and having uncomfortable conversations. But if you are in a healthy relationship, your partner will be receptive and listen, and you should do the same. Being on the same page as your partner goes a long way, and opening up to your partner about what is bothering you, compromising over your disagreements in the sense that you accept things you are not faulty of or accused of, and complimenting each other are equally as important. While communication is important, you should both be comfortable with how often you talk to one another. If your partner needs you to always answer right away and text them all day long, and you do not want that or say you are not used to such, that is not healthy. On the flip side, if your partner is always ignoring your text and it does not make you feel good, then that is not healthy either. Finding a communication balance that you both are comfortable with is super important and a strong foundation for the relationship. Number 2. Respect. Listening to your partner, like actually listening, not just wanting to speak, and trying to understand their perspective is a key way to show respect in your relationship. Do not try to persuade them to change their mind about things that are important to them, like going abroad for a semester or where they want to live after graduation. In a healthy relationship, both partners will have mutual respect for one another. Just because you do not always see eye to eye does not mean that one person needs to change their mind for your relationship to work. Another key way to establish respect in a relationship is to be considerate of your partner's privacy and boundaries. You are not entitled to know everything that your partner does and everyone with whom they interact with. It also means being mindful of your partner's feelings and not doing things that might really hurt them, like keeping things that are supposed to be private just between the both of you. Also, one other basic thing to note for any long-lasting relationship is setting boundaries. We all have personal boundaries on what makes us feel good, comfortable, and safe. In a healthy relationship, you should feel very comfortable communicating those boundaries and know that they will be respected, and vice versa for your partner. If you only want to hang out 3 times a week, then that is fine. If you want to wait before getting intimate, it is totally cool too. If you want to keep your Monday or Friday night seeing movies, then do it. Remember that you should not feel nervous or scared to set personal boundaries in any relationship. And if you feel like your partner or friend is using boundaries to control you, like telling you not to hang out with your friends or requiring you to share passwords, then you should consider or rethink the relationship. For it is proof that there's no trust in the relationship, which is the next key, and it's very important. In every relationship, trust is very much needed for that relationship to really last. Indeed, this is a big one. All healthy relationships require mutual and unguarded trust between partners. Regardless of what either partner has experienced in the past, like being cheated in the former relationship or experiencing the divorce of parents, which could be the source that creates distrust in the heart of many. Nevertheless, in a healthy relationship, your partner should trust you completely. Do remember that it takes time to build trust in a relationship. It usually does not come right off the bat. And that's when your partner fully trusts you with their feelings. You should respect them and not betray their trust. Cheating on them or doing things to make them jealous is not right. and is the reason which the bond of trust is broken. On the other hand, if you do not trust your partner, then you should not be with him or her. Do not ever let your partner use their lack of trust or past experiences as an excuse to control you, question you, or otherwise make you feel as though you need to go out of your way to earn their trust. Try as much as possible to avoid possible ways, scenarios, or situations that can create doubt, because this rapidly weakens relationships, and like most people say, doubt is the bacteria that weakens every relationship. So doubt in relationships should be far away. Respect and communication will naturally strengthen the trust in your relationship. Number 3, being supportive. Another thing you should know in order to keep the relationship is being supportive. Yes, it really goes a long way to sustain a relationship. One of the best things about being in a healthy relationship is having a supportive partner whom you know has your back. Whether in a situation where he or she stands up for you in defense and protects you when someone says something mean about you even in your absence, or always being that rock you can rely on. In a healthy relationship, you and your partner will support each other and treat each other as equals. Support can be firmly established when your partner can go on his or her knees to God for your sake, especially when it seems as if the boat has hit the rock and they go to the Lord to seek His help and counsel over the matter. The ability to pray fervently should not be lacking in your life. Number 4, over-possessiveness. Do not allow your partner to manipulate or control you or put you down. They should be protective of you, but not overly possessive. They should encourage you to spend time with friends and family, work towards your personal goals, and have a life outside of your relationship. Supportive partners will always want what is best for you, and they will not hold you back from achieving your dreams. In a healthy relationship, you will feel like yourself and not like you have to change things or make huge sacrifices so that the relationship can work. Number 5, purpose. Also, above all these, you must know why exactly you fell in love and what did you see in your partner that made you love your partner. A steadfast affection is mostly needed. You must know why you fall in love in the first place to be able to correct in love when your partner is not, as opposed to act or behave in the way he or she did. But what makes any relationship last is an unconditional love for each other. Yes, that kind of love that tolerates flaws, because the angel will never forever remain an angel, but in love. If you really have a reason for loving your partner, maybe because of height, beauty, riches, or connections, then know that your love is conditional and will no longer exist when all these things are no more, and it can therefore lead to a breakup. For where there is no love, unconditional love, no form of relationship can last long. Number 6, sincerity. Another vital and critical key to sustaining a relationship is sincerity. Both parties must and should be sincere and open to each other about their past mistakes, weaknesses, and strength. This helps both parties to ascertain the current levels they are, spiritually, physically, mentally, and otherwise, to help them complement each other and improve their ability to sustain the relationship by maximizing each other's strengths and working on their weaknesses. But today, we lack such sincerity in relationships that have lasted from months to years, which eventually come to an end because one party can no longer pretend or tolerate the faults of the others. Most relationships founded on pretense, most often than not, get ruined after a few years. So, a stitch in time saves 9, they say. Sincerity helps you and the other party to know each other well enough to establish a strong foundation, because you are both able to love each other from whom you are and not the idea of who you think the person is. These tips, when properly and consistently applied in relationships, aid in making partners stand the test of time and even build and grow the relationship to be stronger and more exciting over the years.